Hey everybody, I got a few emails in the past regarding working with smart object layers that I created in Photoshop, but then I want to use Affinity Photo 2, and people are asking me, will it support smart object layers? And the answer is, yeah, maybe, sort of. Are we ready to talk about this? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist, pushing ourselves to think creatively out of the box. Okay, the big issue I had here, and I'm sorry for taking my time on this, but I've been busy with other things, and a few people have asked in the past, and the current one just about a week ago, and that is, if I create a file in Photoshop, a PSD file, but I've used smart object layers, can I bring that into Affinity Photo 2, and does it support that, and will it work the same way as it does in Photoshop? And the answer is yes, sorta, maybe, no. So that's a little bit ridiculous to say, but if it's a basic concept, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, the answer is going to be yes. But if you do some heavy creative things, and this is where we hit a wall, and that is if you're putting in smart object layers nested into other smart object layers, nested back into, smart object layers, and then you're linking it to other layers in that PSD file that are smart object layers, that's where you come into some craziness and stuff, and it doesn't work as of this recording. So this is July 2025. We're hoping that with updates, it will support more of the smart object layers from Photoshop, but let's take a look at how smart object layers works in Photoshop, and then I'm going to take the same file and open it up in Affinity Photo and see how it works over there. Are we ready for that? Let's do it. Okay, as a quick reminder, if you have any questions on anything and you don't want to leave comments, and maybe something that you want to talk to me privately about, or an issue and that would I could address maybe in a future video, my email address is right here at stephenphotoartist@gmail.com. You'll see that on the screen. It's also in the show notes. Okay, let's jump into Photoshop right now. And just a quick reminder for people, I'm just double clicking in my workspace right here in Photoshop. And when I get the open dialog box, I'm going to work with these two images here. This is a template I created a long time ago. You can find this template if you go to buymeacoffee.com/StephenPhotoArtist. The link will be in the show notes. But when I open this by selecting that file and just click on open, notice that when it opens up, because it's what they call a template format, let me just push this down a little bit. The file just is named untitled-1, which means when I work on this and I go to save this, it forces me to save this as a TIFF file or Photoshop file, or maybe I want to export it out as a JPEG, whatever. The point is my original template I started with is not altered or changed. So I can goof this up and trash it. I did not delete my starting point right there. So with this selected, we're going to come down here, and if you watch the video on this at buymeacoffee.com, again, /StephenPhotoArtist, if I double click on this, it opens up another tab here. So you can see this is the original image, and then this is the tab right here where it says place image here. So what I'm going to do is go to File drop-down menu and just choose Place Embedded. And there's other ways we could do this. I'm just going to choose that image right there, click on place, and I'll just make sure I resize this so it fits the entire area, like that. And I'll just accept that with Enter on the keyboard. When I close out of this tab right here, it'll remind me to save this, yes, and it will update the template. Now this right here is the smart object layer. It's a very basic layer, but that's the way it works when I open up the file and work in Photoshop. Okay, let's see with the same file how this works in Affinity Photo 2. Are we ready? Let's do it. Okay, one quick thing I forgot to show you, and before I jump into Affinity Photo, and that is with this, a lot of people call this a mock-up, and for the new people, what the heck does that really mean? Well, I've got different things I put together here, like plant number 3. So if I click on this, it'll open that up. I don't like that. Let's go to plant number 2. I'm just playing around here. You could resize this. Oops, got to be in the correct layer, Steve. You can move this around to wherever you want it to be. Resize it. If I want to activate like a candle, I can do that, or like the seagull right there, and resize that, move that around to reposition it wherever I want. But that's an example of a mock-up. All right, so let's see if this is going to work okay in Photoshop, because this is just a simple PSD file that has a single layer in there that is a smart object layer. So let me close out of this. I'm not going to save that. And I don't think we need Photoshop again. So let me open up Affinity Photo 2. And this is version 2.6.3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as of this recording. Let's go to about right here. Yes, 2.6.3. This is the latest version as of this recording. Again, there's always updates. And if I double click, just like I do in Photoshop in my workspace area, I will get the open dialog box. But I have a problem. I'm in the correct folder, but I just see the image, but where is the template file? Now remember, the template file is PSD T. That's what makes it a template file, and it does not support it. So I got to cancel out of that. I had recommended this back to the folks that produce Affinity Photo 2 that we would love to see them to support the template format that we can do in Photoshop. But as of right now, the answer is no. Let me go to, see if I can find this. Here we go, right there. And this is the template that I worked in Photoshop. So what I want to do, if you take a look at this really close, it says PSD T. And again, it's a T that makes it a template. So if I, again, based on your operating system, I'm just right mouse clicking on this, and I'm going to rename this. So I'm going to choose this to rename the file. And I'm just going to backspace out the letter T. So now you can see it. It says template.PSD. So I'm going to accept that with enter. Should get a warning. I'm just going to choose yes. And I'm finished. So now if I close out of that and I go back here and I double click on my workspace, there is my PSD file. So my point is, if you ever inherit or get a template file and you want to use that in Affinity Photo 2, as of right now, it doesn't support it. Just rename the extension to PSD, accept that, and that should work for you. So I'm going to open this up. And there we go. And I'm going to move this over to the side right here so we can see how this is put together. Now, if you take a look at this, let me go over here to layers. Now, the interface looks a little bit different. And if I expand that, this is the layer right here that says place image here. Well, if I double click on that, it doesn't open this up in a separate tab. It's the original image. And you can see the frame is there. And unfortunately, this is not going to work. So I'm going to close out of this. I'm not going to save that at all. And here's what I have to do to change the way Affinity Photo works with a smart object layer. And that is that I'm, say inheriting this from a Photoshop file. You're going to go to File, drop-down menu here. I take that back, Edit drop-down, and you want to choose Settings. Now, when the Settings dialog box opens up, you'll see right here, toward here, it says right here, Import PSD Smart Object where possible. 2 words, the key words, where possible. I'm telling you, basic stuff will work. I understand from other people complaining that when you get into more creative, complex things, it's a mess. It doesn't work and stuff. So anyhow, I activated that. Let me close this out now. I don't believe I have to close out of Affinity Photo and restart. I think it's one of the things I can do a change and it should work. So now if I double click here and I open up this that has the smart object layer in it again. So I'm just going to click on open. and let that open up. And when this does this, let me go back to here again, to this layer, and expand that. And right here, place image here. Double click. Aha! It opened up another tab. So this is the original, and this is the other tab. So that's a good sign. Now I'm going to go to File, and there's different ways of doing this. We can open it up, copy, paste, or whatever. I'm just going to come down here to Place, and I'm going to point to the image there, click on Open. And the way this program works is a little bit different. I'm just going to go in the upper left, click and drag across like that to make the image fit. And just click on the side there to accept that. There we go. And I'm going to close this out. And there we go. So that worked fine. So again, if I choose to activate like, plant number 2 there it is. And again, same thing, resize it. The seagull, again, if I want to activate that, go for it. Whatever, the candle, go for it. Turn these things on and off. So again, the mockup works on basic things. By the way, if you could do me a favor, if you're learning anything here, please like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit that notification bell. The next time I upload a video, you'll get notified on that. So there you go. I just found that basic things will work. I typically don't do some really high-end creative things with smart object layers, like one embedded with another, within another, linked to another ones. I mean, I do those occasionally, and there is a problem when you try to open those things up. It's a mess. So hopefully, as we move in the future, we will see that it will support more of the smart object layers. And I hope that they do an update that will support working with a template file from Photoshop. I think that would be really helpful. Okay, so with this stuff out of the way, again, let's get that camera out. Let's do some practicing. Try this. Again, I need to do a disclaimer. I am not an expert in Affinity Photo. I own the product because I got it at a discount when it was Black Friday. I got it on 50% off or so. I want to learn more about it. It takes time because I'm so proficient in Photoshop. It drives me crazy without thinking what I can do. But here, I just tend to make mistakes and slow down and like, how do I do that here? And I got to do a lot of research and stuff. But I do plan on doing more Affinity Photo stuff because a lot of people are requesting that. So guys, just sort of hang in there with me. All right. So until next time, see ya.